Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Wow.
Glad to see you're here.
Isadiah, Isadiah, Isadora, I don't know. Lake Hart in 1860. 1862, they had a daughter, Lizzie. 1865, they had a daughter, Mary. And they were living in one of these cabins on the mountain. And when the Indians would come around, they would load their children and belongings into the wagon and run down the side of the mountain to where the men were for protection. The story is they got tired of running up and down the mountain, and they packed up and they headed west. They, in 1868, they came to the Licking Creek Forge. They crossed the creek, and on the northwest corner of the forge, which is the northwest corner of the bridge today, they built a wig shop, and they would sell wigs to the pioneers as they came through. Now, I was asked the question, well, who would buy a wig? Well, in 1860, there was a political party called the Whig Party, and they represented the legalese of the country. The attorneys wore wigs, the judges wore wigs. And so these people coming through, they had a ready market. If they sold one wig, they had enough cash money to last them a year. My mother, as far as I can find out, Isadiah Lake Hart was a wig maker. And when, as her children came in, she had a Lizzie in 62, Mary in 65. In 1868 is when they came to Hartford City. In 1872, Virgil was born. In 1880, Aunt Glenna was born. Aunt Glenna had learned the trade of wig making apparently from her mother. And when she went to Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, with her husband in the teens or 20s, she had told my mother, who was a beautician and a hairdresser all of her life, who had a great interest in this, that if she would come to Tulsa, that she would teach her how to make wigs. Wigs are made on a 4 pattern, whereas a cross, and every place where there is a cross, the human hair was attached. And so to make a wig required thousands of hairs, and there's 4 special knots. That's all I know. I don't know the knots or anything. My mother never went to Tulsa to find out. And so this is all slipped into history. This is what I know, and it's from the stories that my mother has told me and other members of the family. When I went to checking to find out about this, there is Elizabeth Ryan in Ypsilanti, Aunt Barb referred me to her. And unfortunately, she died last year. Aunt Barb took me to the site of where the wig shop had been. And she said as a young child, they used to have family reunions on the site. They would bring tables and set up and have dinners. When I, in that Elizabeth Ryan passed away last year, I wasn't able to contact her. I contacted a daughter of Aunt Glenna in Tulsa, Oklahoma. She has no knowledge of the wig makers. Her mother had not passed it on to her. I contacted the daughters of Elizabeth Bryan. They have no knowledge of the wig makers. That wasn't passed on to them. This has all been lost to the generations. And all I can tell you is what the stories that have been told me. And that is the story of the wig makers and the family.
So you're saying
this would have been in 2000, and this one would have been in 99.
the information's all right?
The other information's right, except for
The date.
the date. Yeah, because and the name, because this is Gary and this one's Caleb, so they're backwards.
So the date and the names are backwards?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'll make it right.
I was like, wait, when did I have that much hair?
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Oh, listen.
Yeah, take it easy.
Plastic bags wrapped around the ice, so with the popular plastic bags.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Okay, so that's it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Good seeing
Thank
you.
you very much.
Yeah.
Nice seeing you.
Yeah. Take care.
All right.
Good year. You still
So-
writing books?
Oh, that's just one of my many hobbies.
Yeah.
And that's probably a low totem pole hobby. But I got so much other stuff going on. So have your girlfriend get on
Yeah, I will.
Facebook,
Yeah,
okay?
yep,
That
yep.
way we can stay in touch.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, great.
yeah, sounds
All
good.
right.